Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news for the 20th of August 2022. I hope you enjoyed that UH-60L video, the Black Hawk. That's the latest community mod that I've taken a little look at, and I'm going to continue to do so probably for the next couple of weeks while we're waiting for patches to the F-16C to make the harpoon work correctly, so I can then start demonstrating some more of the weapons. Welcome to the stream, Stormcom Barry. Welcome Tog. Welcome Channel Right. Welcome Clint S. Welcome Irish Pat. Welcome Yogi. Welcome, welcome. Channel Right, I like a nice chilled flight without anyone shooting at me. Nice just a flight in the clouds sometimes. Yes, I think the Black Hawk's going to be perfect for some of that kind of stuff. And there are going to be mission types that can fulfill, of course, you know, troop transport and cargo transport being the main ones. So it'd be quite cool to see people integrating this mod into their missions. I know that on some of the multiplayer servers, people have already done so. Welcome to the stream, David Flute. Welcome, Agamemnon. Welcome, everyone. Yes, so I'm going to continue doing these. Perhaps what I'll do next week is I'll demonstrate the C-130 Hercules mod, because that's another pretty cool one. And similarly has quite a lot of different interesting mission types that it can fulfill. The C-130, of course, also capable of troop transport. But this one, you can actually turn it into the version with the artillery pieces on board, so you can actually shoot stuff with it. It has the capability to carry bombs and rockets. You can actually drop parachute-assisted cargoes out the back using the ramp. You can drop paratroopers. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'll take a little look at that next week, and hopefully I can demonstrate some of its capabilities. Yogi, the F-100 Super Sabre announced. Yes, indeed, that's one of the first things we're going to be talking about, actually. Giorgio, hello from Chile. Nice to see you. Mark S, welcome. Yogi, what do I think of the Sinai map? I think it's interesting. It's a nice extension of what we already have with Syria. It's giving us you know, Egypt and southern Israel. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Oh yes. Going to see the Herc. Yes. Cool, alrighty. So without any further ado, let's get started with the DCS news. I still have a little bit of a sore throat, so I may mute from time to time if I need to cough, but I'll try my best not to cough in anyone's ear while I'm doing this. So, we start as always with the DCS newsletter. Dear fighter pilots, partners and friends, we are thrilled to announce DCS F-100D Super Sabre by Granelli Designs. The Hun is a single-seat, single-engine fighter designed by North American Aviation that was the original fighter in the legendary Sentry series. The Super Sabre was the first USAF fighter capable of supersonic speeds in level flight. Flown extensively in Vietnam, its contribution was irreplaceable. We've been working on Petrovich AI voiceovers for DCS Mi-24P Hind. Modifications have also been made to the 9K113 control system, and a more accurate sight design will be available in the next open beta. Please read the details below. Work continues on the modernization of older AI models, and we're pleased to share progress on the B-52H Stratofortress. Please check out the development screenshots. Thank you for your passion and support. Hello Leo, welcome to the stream. Yogi, is dotChuckles joining us tonight? Sadly not. He's fine, there's nothing wrong with him, but he had prior arrangements and sadly is out. Sorry about the noise outside. Colin Kelly, need Vietnam map now with the F-100. Yes, that may well be the case. Yes, I wonder if someone is making a Vietnam map. Let's take a quick look at these renders that we've got here first. We've got a couple of them showing up in here. Looking pretty cool. Super Sabre, of course, being a further development of the Sabre, the F-86, but this one being capable of supersonic flight. Yeah, interesting looking aircraft. Very unusual positioning for the refueling probe, coming out of the wing route like that. But looking pretty cool. What's missing in DCS? Atom bombs and mushroom clouds, says Zigzag. There are atom bombs in DCS. The MiG-21 in-game is capable of dropping a simulated nuclear weapon, and it does actually generate... I don't know if it generates a mushroom cloud exactly, but it generates a huge blast. Yogi, the F-15E tutorial videos look good. What's your view on the launch date? Well, they've said that it will enter early access at the end of the year, so I guess that's most likely when we're going to have a look at it. Clint S, quick, hide the stash. Hide the stash? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. So, introducing the Hun, the DCS F-100D Super Sabre. The F-100D is an advanced version of the Super Sabre that features improved avionics, landing flaps, and larger wings and tail fin. The upgraded avionics include the AN-AGB-1B low-altitude bombing system and the AN-APR-25 radar homing and warning system. The F-100D has 4 20mm Pontiac M39A1 cannons, and it has 6 hardpoints capable of carrying AIM-9 Sidewinders, LAU-3/A unguided rocket pods, and conventional bombs. The Super Sabre fighter bomber flew extensively over Vietnam as the United States Air Force's primary close air support jet. The F-100 was in service for 17 years and flew over 360,000 combat sorties before it was retired in 1971. The DCS F-100D Super Sabre aspires to be the most faithful recreation of the Hun ever produced for flight simulation. Working with veteran Hun pilots, the Granelli team is dedicated to simulating the avionics systems, weapons, performance, and unique flight model in high fidelity. Sorry, I can't say that name. I don't know why. I apologise. Unusual by today's standards, the refueling probe was a relatively new thing at that time. Clint S. Of all the intake in the nose jets, I think this might be the sexiest, though 21 maybe edges it out. I do like the 21, although this one does look nice. Okay, referencing sirens. I get it. Very funny. Mark S. F-100 reminds me of a largemouth bass. Yes, it does. Yogi, if you had one request for Eagle Dynamics to either improve or introduce into DCS, what would it be? If I can only have one, I would probably go with the air traffic control, the ATC. I would love to see that improved. Oh wait, no, actually, I take it back. I really want to see DTC. I want to see a mission planner or integration with something like Combat Flight and the ability to generate data cartridges for all of the aircraft that have data cartridges in real life. That would be my number one request. Tog, just glad to see added to the list. Still think the MiG-15 is sexier. Well, we already have the MiG-15, which is pretty cool. Mi-24P Hind development progress. The first set of Petrovich AI voiceovers are planned to be included in the next open beta. He's going to get a voice at last. To find the sweet spot, we've made recordings starring 2 former military pilots with Slavic accents to provide authentic and informative voiceovers. This will bring the number of spoken phrases to a similar level as in DCS H-64D. We intend to add new voiceovers for both helicopter crew AIs in future updates, and we will be monitoring your feedback to see how you enjoy them. We also plan to support switching between voiceover languages in the special tab settings. When that is done, we plan to add Russian language voiceovers to DCS Mi-24P Hind. We're enhancing the ATGM site after receiving new data. The first change to the ATGM site and guidance unit is its control axis properties. Control voltage is used to move the gyro-stabilized aiming axis of the 9K113 system. There is a limit to how low it can be and the minimum speed that the motors driving this unit can move. The minimal speed of this system is 0.07 degrees per second. We've implemented this limitation for the Mi-24P Hind, and it will be available in the next open beta. Operators will mostly feel the difference in scenarios where the ATGM system is used at maximum range and when the target is small or moving at a speed that matches or is below the minimum aiming axis speed. The second change is to the site grid, which is based on new data and references we've received from our subject matter expert and the Monino Central Aviation Museum. With special thanks to them, we've been working on adjusting the missing symbology in the 3x3 mode, aiming grid and stadiometric range-finding cues. Various overall grid size adjustments, along with the FOV enhancements for both modes, 3.3 and ×10, make it closer to its real counterpart. The diagram above reflects the distance to a target at 2 kilometers. And I wonder, did we have those? Yes, we've got those in the screenshots here. So, old design versus the new design. So, yeah, apparently the elements are smaller. That's the main thing. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's nice to see they're still working on the Hind. I need to fly the Hind a bit more, actually. I played around with it quite a lot when it was first released, and then not so much. Macca Smith, is your F-18 playlist up to date, or is it still missing things like the AGM-84 and AGM-88? It's in progress, Macca. I was going to do videos on the Harpoon and the Slam and the Slam ER, but sadly those weapons in the current open beta have significant bugs which make them not really work correctly. So I'm waiting for ED to fix those bugs, and then I will complete the playlist. So the current videos that are already there are up to date, they're all accurate, but the playlist is not complete. There are a number of videos that I still have to film. Tog, have to admit that the Black Hawk was very sexy, still loving that video. I agree, the Black Hawk is really, really cool. Like, the quality of the community mods that we're getting now is so high. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff. Need a MiG-17 desperately now. Do we not already have a MiG-17? Am I wrong? Is it just the 15 and the 19 that we have? And then the 21? I can't remember. Clint S, does Combat Flight have any use in multiplayer? I picked up a copy while on sale because F it, haven't really dived into it yet. Does it have a use? The only thing you can really do with it in multiplayer is generate kneeboards. But the kneeboards can be very, very useful. You could plan your entire flight, generate a bunch of kneeboards, and then if you need to, you could manually input your waypoints and other stuff. So it could still be useful. Yogi, for me it would be dynamic multiplayer campaigns. That, of course, that'd also be very cool. But yeah, data cartridge is so useful because we have to do so much manual setup in the cockpit when we start up our aircraft. So much stuff that in actual fact, in real life, a pilot would never do. Like, they'd be sitting back at the at the ready room, tapping all of this information into a desktop computer, and then they would just bring all of that data into their aircraft using the cartridge. Zigzag, rather have a current updated SU-25 cockpit HUD/display panel. Sadly, I don't think that's going to happen, given the current legal problems in Russia with regards to representing anything realistic when it comes to Russian military technology. I seriously doubt we're ever going to see any more Russian stuff, sadly. Yogi, with all these new planned modules and maps, I'm going to run out of disk space. I almost already have. Colin Kelly, Combat Flight is great for me when creating missions and campaigns. Tog, will never happen considering real-world politics. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Tog. Macca, do you think it's a bit sus how detailed the B-52 and the B-1B are just to be an AI? No, it's, I don't suspect they're going to make modules out of these. These will be AI units. They're just trying to bring them up to the detail level of the more modern AI units that we have. Yeah. 17 is being worked on by Red Star Sim. Ah, okay, fair enough. Yes, the MiG-23-27 is also being worked on. Definitely need a data cartridge for the F-18, yeah. Like, actually, for me, I really feel it with the Harrier, because the Harrier has so many features and functionalities that don't really work without the data cartridge. Like, it has the ability to store a lot more types of point than is currently represented in the sim. So, yeah, it'd be really good to get the data cartridge for that. So, next on the newsletter, B-52H Stratofortress. We are pleased to update you with progress on the AI B-52H 3D model. Aircraft textures are nearly complete. The above screenshot illustrates the attention to detail of the landing gear that is now painted and animated. The aircraft's lighting equipment has been set up, and we're now texturing the bomb bay. We hope you enjoyed this update and look forward to your thoughts. So, that's everything that was in the newsletter for this week. Oh, I should show you the pictures of the Stratofortress, of course. Look at all that detail there in the wheel well, looking pretty cool. And of course the B-52 has really odd undercarriage. Actually, it has really odd everything, but the undercarriage is quite an unusual arrangement. Leo, is Viggen the only one to have data cartridges? Well, the Viggen's data cartridge functionality is fairly limited, but yes, it has it. The JF-17 also has a simulated data cartridge, but it's also rather limited. And if you want to also include the community modules, the A29B Super Tucano has a DTC that you can actually edit as text files and then upload to your aircraft. Maka, I mean, look at the detail in that landing bay. Sus, if you ask me. I disagree. This is not going to become a flyable module, in my opinion. They're just trying to make their assets look really nice. We've seen this with quite a lot of other aircraft, that they've got no intention of making flyable, and we've also seen it with the ground units. We have a lot more detailed ground units now as well. Look at all those antennae. It's crazy. No map would be big enough for a player P-52. Multi-crew be interesting though. Milan, is the F-16C playlist complete, or are there other bonus videos planned? The F-16 playlist is basically complete. I have already added 1 or 2 bonus videos when things have been added to the aircraft. I will almost certainly add further bonus videos in the future as new functionalities are added to the aircraft, and as new weapons and systems become available, but at the current time you can consider that playlist complete. The M2000 has it also. I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool. Clint S, buff would be rad in my humble opinion, but so niche within a niche. I understand why they haven't made those modules. To be fair, I'm a little surprised something like the Mosquito is financially viable. I'm surprised that the World War II stuff is viable at all, but there are apparently people who enjoy that stuff. Maka, 4 times B-52 are currently deployed to RAF Fairford. I live under the Daventry Corridor. That's the military airway, so I get them all flying over. They must be very noisy. You must be enjoying that. Cool. So, the other thing that happened this week was that our man Matt Wagner released a new video all about additions that are coming to the F-16 Viper in the next open beta update in August. We've got automatic laser designation, we've got CCIP laser ranging, so this is when you use the targeting pod instead of your radar to generate ranging information. Targeting pod attitude advisory function, that's a little pop-up warning that appears when you've got the TGP up and you put the aircraft into an unusual attitude. HOTAS bombing mode cycle, they've taken a couple of the modes out of that HOTAS cycle because they're not supposed to be in there. He talks about manual bombing mode, although that was already in. It's just not been demonstrated. The alternate release button, the little red button on the dash, in the event that the weapon release button on your stick breaks, that now works. Spotlight scan radar mode is implemented. Change in HOTAS selection. Flickus bit test is in. They've added an additional ECM pod, the ALQ-131, although it works in the same way as the others. Wing tank jettison now also jettisons the pylons, because apparently that's realistic. And the gun gas purge door is now animated, and so is barrel rotation. So, sadly, I've got the audio muted, just so I don't get any copyright strikes. But here's our man, Matt Wagner, demonstrating all of these new additions which are coming to the aircraft this month in open beta. Irish Pat 64. I think / hoping we'll see a Herc announcement in future. I've heard people speculating about this. It could be the case. In the meantime, the community mod is quite fun. It's rather incomplete, but it's a lot of fun. Channel right. Hopefully we can park the B-52 in the Syria map at some point, as cannot start it cold and dark on that map, unless that's now changed. I wasn't aware of that. That sounds like a bug. There's another radio being added to the A10. Yep, that's correct. Someone was in model viewer and removed something, and under the current radio was a computer radio. That's the ARC 210 I think you're referring to. Yes, that's supposed to be coming to the aircraft very soon now. Zigzag, have you tested the AAA KS 1900mm anti-aircraft cannon? Must be linked to a fire can radar system, or and linked with 4 cannons for best effect. I've not tested it yet, but it looks rather cool. Here's our man Matt Wagner demonstrating how you use this. So yeah, you go list and then press 0 for miscellaneous, and then you go, I think it's 5 for laser. And what you want to do is set a laser start time, and then it will automatically fire the laser when you drop an LGB. Clint S, I didn't forget it, I mentioned it. Alternate release, I said. Alternate weapons release. That's now implemented. This little red button on the left of the front dash now allows you to release weapons with your hand off the stick. Which, I don't know why you would do that, but hey, you can. Ernest, I just want to know if the Kiwa is still work in progress. Yes, it is. The Kiwa is still being worked on. The last update that we had on it was simply to say that although one of the members of the team had been seriously ill for a period of time, that he has now recovered and is back to work, and so they're just trying to get back to the previous kind of development pace that they had. Multi-crew spooky in DCS someday. Well, we already have the kind of spooky version of the C-130 in the form of the community mod, although it's not multi-crew, I don't think, and I don't know if they have any plans to do that. But you can certainly fly a spooky if you would like. Clint S, so important, had to mention it twice. Yeah, exactly. Immersion. Although I have to say, I was very happy to see the jet fuel starter door get implemented, because I did feel that was kind of missing. So, yeah, very good. Good stuff. Tog, it was fun to do in Arma. Yes. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. So, there you go. Laser fires at the time you tell it to, and then it continues to fire for 30 seconds, and then automatically turns off. So that's a nice new feature. What do we get next? Is he going to show us the laser ranging in CCIP? I wonder. Yes, I think that's exactly what he's about to show us. So yeah, I very much recommend checking this video out. It's really cool. Very nice video. Detailing all the new fancy stuff that's coming to the F-16 this month. I won't bother showing you guys the rest of it, because without the audio it's a bit pointless. But he's split it up really nicely into chapters, talking about each of the things. Well, actually, one thing that I will show you all quickly is the wing tank Jetson. Actually, that's the Flickus bit test. I'm guessing we see this in a moment. Cool that they've fully animated the Flickus now, the Flickus bit test. Here we go, he's going to drop fuel tanks, and the pylons are going to come with it. I wonder why it does this. That seems so odd to me, but yeah, if that's the way it does it in real life. There we go. Off they come, and the pylons. I wonder if they simulate it taking longer to rearm the aircraft then. Because your ground crew first have to put pylons back on the aircraft before they can attach anything. And now that I think about it, I wonder if the Jetson works that way so that the explosive bolts are kept further away from the fuel tanks, because I guess you don't want things exploding close to tanks full of fuel. I skipped over that F-15 passing by in the background. Did I now? Let's see. An F-15 passes by in the background. I didn't know. Let's check. Clint S, got to admit, total noob in the Viper. Why is auto-firing preferable than just using the trigger? Well, the thing is, with the trigger, you have to press and hold the trigger, and it's effectively altering your grip on the stick. So it's an extra thing you have to do. You might forget to do it. You might, not maintain the correct grip. Well, there we go. There's an F-15. Well spotted, everyone. That's good. Like, why would you want to manually fire the laser when it can fire automatically? And in so many aircraft, that is the default. Like in the A-10, the auto firing is the default, and in the JF-17 as well. So yeah, firing it via the trigger is no fun. Irish Pat 64. I'm hoping the Hind ATGM site update helps me with my kill percentages, currently very low. It's a pretty hard missile to use, so I don't think that's down to you or the site. It's very hard to correctly utilize. So anyway, as I said, yeah, check out this video yourselves. Really cool video, as always, from our man Matt Wagner. Oh, and of course, yeah, here we go. The gas door opening, and you can see the barrels turning. Excellent. Let me play that one more time. So you should see, I think it's down, yeah, there you go, it's down here. You see that door flip open to let the gun gases out. That's pretty cool. Very nice to see. Excellent. Next, got this article here from Stormbirds, all about a Mirage F1 training campaign. Learning a new module is a complex process, and there are many ways you can approach it, from jumping in head first to watching tutorials online to using Chuck's guides. There are some other ways to do it, and here we have a campaign set up by a Mirage F1 fan that helps you jump through the hoops step by step. And here's what you need to know. It's called Fighter Weapons School for the Mirage F1. So yeah, a member of the DCS Facebook community set out to create a training regime that goes from the basics to the more advanced techniques. At the end of the campaign, you'll be fully set up to go with the jet. And you can find it in the DCS World users files section. Here it is here, Mirage F1 Fighter Weapons School Training Campaign. Looks pretty good. Got 16 missions in here. Excuse me, and it includes a 28-page manual in PDF form. TOG, Russian guidance. Not to point out the obvious, but I think the word guidance doesn't exist in the Russian military based on the current events. Yes, yeah, true enough. Cool, so yeah, recommend taking a look at this if you're trying to get up to speed with the Mirage F1. I've still not flown it, although I have now purchased and downloaded it, so I'll probably be taking that for a spin at some point during next week. And the last one that I have here is another video, and for this one I will enable the audio. I'll turn it down a little bit so that I'm not blasting it to everybody. Comparing the Echo 919 Hornet audio with the vanilla stock audio. A video from Echo 19. I'm going to assume, seeing as how audio is the entire purpose of this video, they're not going to copyright strike me. So, vanilla sounds and E19 sounds. I wonder if anyone who's heard the real thing can tell us which one sounds better. I've heard the real one in a flyby, not up close. Echo 19 have done some really amazing work. I hope they can do something for the Harrier one day. Sounds pretty damn good. I've heard this is basically essential if you fly the Hornet. Let's see if we get some flyby action. Because that's something I'm a bit familiar with. I've seen the F-18 a few times in air shows. Oh no! That's terrible. Right, let me see. Let me see. I apologise, everyone, for giving you the wrong audio channel. The standard one sounds pretty good. Let's see if E19 is much better. I've seen pretty much this exact demonstration at an air show with a Finnish F-18C. I very much recommend you all go and check out this video yourselves as well. I'll just play this little snippet so that you can check it out. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. That sounds the way I remember it. Thank you very much, Irish Pat. That's very kind of you. Thank you for the donation. Critical hit. I still think the standard one sounds really good. Yeah, sounds like the air shows. I agree, Tog. They do get the odd, weird combination of whistle reverb the bug has a bit better. Yes. Yes, exactly. That sound right there. That's very familiar to me from hearing them in real life. So yeah, I think they have captured that quite nicely. Although, to be fair, the vanilla one also captures it to a degree, just maybe not quite as well. Oh wow, I like that they've got the E19 gloves on this particular pilot model. That's nice. There's a bit more of a kind of high-pitched note to the engine in these internal sounds. I don't know if that's accurate. I've never sat in a real F-18, but it sounds good. So anyway, I'll stop that there. I recommend that you all go and check that one out yourselves. It's a really nice video doing a comparison between the vanilla sounds and the sounds provided by Echo 19's mod. So go and take a little look at that on YouTube. Title is Comparing the Echo 19 Hornet Audio to Vanilla/Stock Audio, and it's on the Echo 19 Audio channel. Cool. Okay, so that is all of the news that we had for this week. Pretty cool. You know, F-100D, really cool to see that announced. More AI modules being upgraded in the game, and big updates still coming to the F-16C. I'm actually just wondering, if we look at the F-16's roadmap, how much more stuff do they actually still have to deliver? Because I think Sniper XR is still on the list. So we should be seeing that at some point. Here we go, Viper roadmap. We should still be getting Sniper XR. Yep, that's still on the list. Complete Lightning II targeting pod, that's actually listed as complete. Data transfer cartridge and mission planner, although they've stated that this is decoupled from the Viper itself. This is something that they'll have to be doing for everything. The PRF tones for the RWR, that's still to be done. HUD TOS anticipation queue is showing as still in the roadmap, but actually they've done that in the previous update. Remaining bombing modes, DTOS, MAN, and LAD. They've done DTOS and they've done MAD, so they just manual. Sorry, they just need to do LAD. Mark 84 Air, wing, fuel, tank, pylon, jettison correction. That's done. The Toad decoy is still on the list. Flickus bit animations. That's done. Alternative landing gear handle, I think that's done. Cockpit view pilot model, I think that's still to be done. Animating the tail hook, that's still to be done. Radar velocity search mode, that's still to be done. So very, very few items, excuse me, very few items remaining on the list now. They're very nearly complete with what's on the Viper roadmap. So I would suspect that, you know, maybe even just in the next couple of months, the F-16 will be feature complete, and that's very, very exciting. So yeah, cool, very, very cool stuff. So yes, I will in fact pimp the VAF talk, but give me one moment. Dear me, will my throat ever be the same again? So it is at this time that I shall pimp the VAF. It's a virtual squadron that was formed by myself and dotChuckles. It's the Virtual Air Force. It's a kind of opt-in milsim squadron where you can join as a freelancer and fly whatever you would like, whenever you would like. Alternatively, you can join one of our numbered squadrons. We currently have squadrons for the A-10, the Harrier, the F-14, the F-16, the F-18. I'm almost certainly missing someone. The Apache. And if you join those squadrons, you have basic training, which gives you your rating for that aircraft type. So you'll be trained by an instructor. And then there are also additional qualifications available. Things like air-to-air refueling, night flying, and various other cool stuff. And also you can join the VAF even if you don't want to fly with us. Our Discord is the place to hang out. There's a link to the Discord below in the show notes if you're watching this after the fact. And there's also a link in the chat right now. Come join us, feel free to hang out and just chat with us, or if you'd like to fly with us, we do training sessions every Tuesday at 8 PM UK time, and every Thursday we do missions, again 8 PM UK time. Come join us, it's going to be fun. Clint S, Toad Decoy, Wags was on record saying that's going to be later because ED is redoing physics on cables tied to the refueling physics update. Yes, they were talking about that for a long time, and sadly it didn't get delivered. So yeah, these are all things that they are planning to have delivered for after the end of early access. So, we will see them, but they will consider the aircraft feature complete before this. Frantic Stone, thank you very much, sir. That's very kind of you to donate to the channel. I salute you. Drink some liquid green chili deep. It'll clear that cough right up. Thank you very much. I'll give that a go. Clint S, good times as always hanging with you folks. Thanks for the sweet vids as always. Yes, indeed. Or just give yourself a day to recuperate. I've had this for like 3 weeks now, or 4 weeks, I don't know. There's something up. Zigzag, how about cable, toad, flag, cloth, target? Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about banner targets. This actually is a technique that they have used for air-to-air gunnery training. I don't know if they still do it. But yeah, indeed, Frantic Stone, cheeky bleaky. I'm also... quick thing for chat to have a little think about. Very, very happy that everyone's showing so much support. We're over 5,000 subscribers now, and there are more people watching the DCS news every week. The interaction with chat is absolutely fantastic. It makes it really, really fun for me, and I guess it makes it even more fun for those of you watching the show as well. So that's absolutely fantastic. I've been thinking about setting up YouTube memberships where people who wanted to support the channel further would have the option of paying a small fee, a small monthly fee as a membership subscription. It would be absolutely opt-in, and it would not affect access to any of my videos. So you're not really getting anything. It's really just a way of showing some support to the channel and to me. But I would make it very, very low. I think I'm looking at something like a $2 monthly membership if people wanted it. And then really the only thing that you're getting is obviously my heartfelt thanks, but also you get a little title in chat, so it makes you look important. And I'm going to be calling it Deep Hacks Ground Crew. So please have a little think about that. Let me know what you all think. And of course, it's absolutely optional. I'm very, very happy that people just watch my videos. So doing something like this would absolutely not be necessary unless you want to try and support me further. Maybe help me make better videos and be able to dedicate even more time to the channel. Clint S. Yep, Reflected is working on that one for the Cola map. Very nice. Frantic Stone says he would. Do I get one-on-one help? No, I'm not your therapist. Irish Pat, love hanging out with you. Great folks on Saturday. Tog, could also try honey mix. Oh, okay, you're talking about my throat. That's cool. Storm Kimbari, I just want cool emojis. Leo, doing it in Sweden. They fly a Learjet that drags a target. Yes. Yeah, actually, lots of air forces do this kind of thing. Like basically a long cable with a banner at the back, and then people can do gun runs against it. It's a little bit risky. There are very particular ways in which it has to be employed, but it is done in real life, and that would be kind of cool actually if we had it in sim. More simulation stuff. in Sim would be kind of cool. So, you know, having more of the aircraft with the Master Arm Simulate option would be really, really cool. ACMI functions, more training munitions, all that kind of stuff would be really cool. Because we have the ACMI pods and captive sidewinders and things like that in-game, but they of course don't work the way that they do in real life, and they don't really do anything. Because in the real aircraft, you get like a tone when you make a kill. It does a whole bunch of cool stuff. So anyway, we'll see. I think that'd be really nice. So I've been Deepak, and this has been the DCS News. Every week I post a video tutorial, a premiere video at I'm trying to think now, what's it going to be UK time? It's 6:30 PM UK time on a Saturday. I'm currently doing a series on community mods. My F-16C series is effectively on hold until the weapons are working a bit better, and so I'm going to next week do a video on the C-130 Hercules, and that's always followed by the DCS News, which just happens to be this thing what you're watching right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. Channel right, you may need antibiotics, see your doctor. Yes, I'm starting to think that you're probably right. I think you're probably right. Daniel, this is risky. You should aim at the banner, not at the plane in front. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh wow, okay, chat's going crazy. Wow, okay, thank you very much, Storm Kimbari. That's a huge donation. And Frantic Stone, thank you again for a second donation. You guys just like the little emojis, don't you? But I know that you also want to support me, so thank you very, very much for that. That's very much appreciated. And yeah, like I said, I'll do a separate video soon about the YouTube membership, where you can join Deepak's Ground Crew if you want to support my channel a little bit. Yeah, I'll probably be enabling that very soon now. But thank you very much, everybody. Thanks very much for watching. And thank you very much for your support. I'm going to go just now, but thank you very much. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.